Welcome everybody. It is Business Monday here in downtown Providence, and welcome to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Josh Fenton. It is the small business feature. I've got Karina Wood with me. She is the modern day Natalie Merchant. Natalie Merchant had 10,000 maniacs. You've got 10,000 small businesses over there with Goldman Sachs.
I love it.
Absolutely. I will not ask you to sing. Let's talk about a wildly interesting initiative housed down at CCRI, working with small businesses, and really just a best practices course, right? To get them thinking about different ways and best practices. Walk us through how the program works from, if I'm sitting at my office right now, pulling my hair about account receivable, my marketing, hiring, and I hear you. What's the pitch? Why should I jump online and look you guys up?
Well, the 10,000 Small Businesses program is a growth education program. It's for small businesses, and it's specifically for the owners of small businesses of any industry sector business in Rhode Island that is growing, that is on the move. If you are already at least 2 years in business and have a couple of employees and are making over 100,000 in gross revenue, and then we have no upper limit. But if you're past that startup phase and you're growing, but you would like some help about how do I get to the next level? How can I meet these challenges around hiring and management? Am I marketing to the right customer? What are some of the things that I could plan my vision for growth? So we bring you into this 12-week program. It's roughly one class a week at CCRI in Warwick. The curriculum is designed by Babson College, so it's best in its class. And it's a practical program to help you design a 5-year growth plan to take your business to the next level.
So we've heard nothing but good things about it on Business Monday, and we've had, 3 or 4 graduates of it. How long is the program? And, for all of us who are running businesses, the idea of a weekly time commitment is enough to send us into an apoplectic seizure.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about what's the commitment from the entrepreneur, from in class, outside of class. Walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, it's the right question to ask, Josh, because every small business owner is going to say, I don't have time, I don't have enough time. And we get that. And that's why this curriculum has been designed to fit into the life of a busy business owner. It's one class a week. Sometimes that's a full day of class. Sometimes it's a 3 or 4 hour clinic. It sounds like a lot, but what we're trying to help you to do is be the leader of your business, to be able to wrap your head around creating the vision for where your business is going. So we're trying to take you and carve out a few hours a week so that you can work on the business and not in the business.
Right.
And once you start doing that, you are going to figure out growth. Maybe it's designing a new product or service, thinking about entering a new market. Maybe you want to open a second or third location. Maybe you're a restaurant, but you want to move into catering. We will help you figure out that growth trajectory that's right for you. And also you get to work with a business advisor one-on-one outside of the classroom time. They will come to your place of work. They will meet your team.
That's right.
They will help you write this growth plan. And also I think a really, really hidden bonus of the program is that you are in a classroom with 30 or so other business owners. So you create this camaraderie, this network of other business owner leaders, and you learn so much from each other. And then you've got this network for good.
Right.
So that really is part of the secret sauce, if you like, of why this program's so successful.
I went through Leadership Rhode Island
another great
25
program.
years ago,
Yes.
and that was the same thing.
Yes.
Big commitment of time, but also, the classmates you made are for forever. Talk about the range of different businesses who have gone through the program.
Yes.
The smallest, 2 employees.
Yes.
Largest?
Largest, I think, Banneker Industries just did the program. We've had people who have got, 50 employees, maybe upwards of $10 million. The average size, it's anything from that couple of 100,000, few employees, right through to, I'd say, sort of 5 million. We get a lot in that range. That's a lot of small businesses out there in Rhode Island. But you could be in design. We've had manufacturers. We've had retailers, restaurant owners. Right here in downtown Providence, Small Point Cafe up the street is a graduate of the program, and so is Ellie's Bakery. So restaurants is obviously one of our key demographics. A lot of great food happening in Rhode Island, and we're really happy to help that food industry. Breweries as well, Foolproof Brewing in Pawtucket, and on the manufacturing design side, Lotus Leather, also here in Providence, making beautiful leather goods. Construction, you name it, we've had them in the program.
How many have gone through?
By the end of the year, it'll be close to 200 businesses.
That's right.
Yep, we have a cohort going on right now, cohort 7, and we're recruiting for next year.
Right.
If any of you out there want to do a no cost, and I have to say that again, no cost program, thanks to the grant from the Goldman Sachs Foundation that Governor Raimondo brought to Rhode Island. This is free of charge to business owners because we want to invest in small businesses, because we know small businesses are the economic engine, and you guys need and deserve investing because you hire people, more people collectively than the bigger businesses.
So Rhode Island is a small business state.
Yes.
GoLocal's worked in, has sites in other states, and give you an example, Oregon's a big employer state, you know, Nike and Intel and Adidas and lumber companies. They're big employers. Here we're all about small business. There's about 40,000 small businesses, 30,000 that are very active and full-time kind of. How do you make this better known? How do you, besides being on GoLocal?
Oh yeah, this
but also,
helps.
how do you create the energy around it to be able to fuel it and get sort of that alumni factor to it all?
Great question. So we can serve around 30 businesses in each cohort. We do 3 cohorts a year.
Right.
And the best way the word gets out is through GoLocal and others like you. Also, our network of alumni, business owners who've done the program and love it, tell other business owners.
Right.
And associations, trade associations, chambers of commerce, Commerce RI, everybody refers, and I think that's the beauty of Rhode Island. We're a small state. We've got that great scale.
We're all
of
cousins,
connections and
right?
relationships.
Right.
And so when we all pull our resources together, there are loans also that we have to give out to small businesses. We can really get the word out together, and so that's how it works. It's going very well, but we still want more and more referrals, and we can take them.
Great. What's been our always question? What's been the biggest challenge, failure? I wish we had done X, Y, or Z differently.
Gosh, that's a great question. So far, I can say there have been no spectacular failures.
No one has died in the program,
No,
correct? Okay,
no,
good,
no,
good.
that's right.
Right.
No, nothing at all like that. I think what some of the things we're learning is we're based at CCRI in Warwick, and one thing we're learning more is just how many people in this state have a connection at CCRI, have taken classes there, got an associate's degree there, or have done continuing education there. And we're learning to utilize that alumni network there in a way that we
Didn't
were housed
anticipate.
there
Yeah,
originally. We love it there.
Free
They're-
office space,
yeah,
but it
they're
turned
our
into a lot
educational
more.
partner, and we have our classroom there. And now we've been there a few years. We're making more connections and
That's
deeper
great.
relationships. So I think there's things we learn all the time. Another thing we learned that we didn't really go after in the beginning was Rhode Island's farms.
Oh, yeah.
We have farms in Rhode Island, and they are small businesses.
And a lot of them are really struggling.
Yes,
The vast
they
majority of
need the
farmers in New
support.
England full-time farmers have a second full-time job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we can't help them enough.
Right.
And so once we realized, oh, yeah, farms are small businesses, of course.
Right.
Earth Care Farm in South County, they're making a wonderful organic fertilizer compost, and they came into the program to develop that compost product growth plan. Wright's Dairy Farm recently graduated.
Oh, did they?
So we're on a roll, and we can take...
Did they bring
They did bring
yeah,
samples.
that's good.
Yes, they
Yes.
brought samples.
That was
I've
a
had-
tough application to approve,
I've had
wasn't
to
it?
up my training program. My
Wait,
physical training.
rights as
Yeah.
applied? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till how they're examining how Harvard's making their decisions and admissions.
Yeah.
Wait till it all comes on
It's a good job.
about bakeries
I
applying.
don't get to decide who gets in, thank goodness. So I can be objective, but I was very glad that they got in, yes.
What realistically, besides the grant, what's the touch and feel that comes out of Goldman Sachs? How do they participate? What's their role? And what's the follow-up once someone's graduated? You learned all these best practices. How do you continue in those best practices?
Well, Goldman Sachs, through their foundation, it's the philanthropic foundation of Goldman Sachs that funds this program.
Great.
And what I have learned from working with them over the last few years, I go to conferences. We had a big summit that they hosted in Washington, D.C. for all the alumni of the program
That's
across
right.
the country. And what I have learned is that they see that investing in small businesses across the country makes really solid economic sense because, as I said, the small businesses are the economic engines of America, as they are in Rhode Island. And so to help them to create jobs, to help them grow their revenues, is really to help the economy as a whole and to help community.
Right.
And so that's where I connect is, it's funding, it's investment for Rhode Island, for our small business owners, which is wonderful, so
Right.
they can do this program for free. And also because I believe personally so much in community development and helping communities grow and flourish. Small businesses, like Frog and Toad is one of our graduates on Hope Street
Right.
here in Providence. They are typical of a business that is part of their community.
Right.
And who you're going to hear from next, Jen Cavallaro with the Beehive Cafe in Bristol. Again, a key part of her community. So when we
Right.
help small businesses grow, we're helping communities to grow, and that's why I love it.
Well, it's a big issue. You're seeing the change of retail and how much it's being condensed, and we're seeing it condensed. I think 63 major chains in the United States have declared for bankruptcy in a really good economy.
Yes.
This is about as good as it gets.
Yes.
4% unemployment
Right.
and GDP of almost 4%.
Yes.
So there's a lot of worry, and then your Main Street starts to fall apart, and your sense of community starts to
Right.
And we all love Amazon, but that's not
Yeah.
exactly the neighborhood meeting place, right? Other than
And
to go pick up our boxes.
People do want the convenience, they do like online, but they also like the community connections.
Absolutely.
Of going into a local cafe or a store and having that conversation. And when somebody recognizes you and
Yeah,
says,
that's right.
you're going to have your usual,
Yeah,
your
that's right.
regular, you can't beat that.
Right, norm.
Yeah,
right,
exactly,
absolutely.
exactly.
Where do you see the program going in the short term, and then where do you see it going in the long term?
Well, we're on a 5-year grant
Yeah.
from the Goldman Sachs Foundation, and we've just started year 3.
Right.
So just very
You
practically
know you've got 2
speaking,
more
I
years.
know I have 2 more
Right.
years.
Have
of
you
the
thought
grant.
about using 1 year of the grant, say going to Twin River, letting it run on 17 Black, and seeing if you could fund it for the next 20 years?
I have not thought of that.
Yes.
I thought about buying all the cream cakes at Rice, but no. No, so seriously though, I think it's a fantastic program. I know it's very valued by the governor and by all the folks at Commerce RI. I see that this program has a future here in Rhode Island. If we keep enrolling as many small businesses as we've already enrolled, then I really hope that we can come together as a state, convince Goldman to fund it some more, and if we need to put in some local funding too, I think we could do it.
I think Goldman's got the money.
I think they
do.
have, yes.
I think they've got a few shekels hidden away for the rainy day. We'll put it in the article going tomorrow that will recap and rerun this video, but talk about somebody's watching, they're interested in applying, what do they need to do?
Okay, so for you small business owners out there, we would love to have you contact us. We have a website. If you go to ccri.edu/10KSB, you will find all the information about our program. 10KSB stands for 10,000 Small Businesses, so hopefully you can remember that. Also, there's a national website, 10ksbapply.com. The initial application form takes just 5 minutes. It's really easy, it's free. just go online, 10ksbapply.com, fill out that form, we receive it, and then we can see if you meet our basic eligibility requirements. And if you do, then we will get you into a longer application process with an
Great.
interview, and then you can see if you might get in with us for the next year. But you need to be a growing business and be passionate about growing. That's what we want to see, is your passion for growth and your ideas. Even if you're not sure on the specific idea, have some ideas, talk to us about it, and we would love to hear from you.
Last question. Out of your first cohort, talk about one or two of the successes and what kind of growth trajectory, either by naming names or not naming names,
Yeah.
that you've seen coming out of
I
that
can-
over the last
I
2.5
Name
years.
a few names.
Yeah.
So Johnny, who runs Heroica Construction, he was in our first cohort, and when he started the cohort, he was in more of a subcontract
Yeah.
kind of situation. It was a family business. It still is a family business, but they were doing mostly residential painting. He crafted a growth plan. He had a vision. He wanted to be the contractor. He wanted to be running the contractor, and giving the Gilbanes of this world a run for their money. And he is doing it.
That's great.
He has increased his revenue a lot. He's increased his employees. And it was Heroica. He came in, it's Heroica Construction now.
That's great.
They're doing great.
Great.
And there's a lot of stories like that. We just get so happy just being a part of helping businesses to grow and hire more Rhode Islanders. So they do the hard work. We help them grow it. We're really happy to do that.
Monday afternoon, Small Business Focus is definitely the highlight of my week because it is an opportunity to talk to entrepreneurs who are out there living, breathing. You know, it's not, overnight success is like.
It's not easy being an entrepreneur, as small business owners. I take my hat off to all of you. I'm really honored and impressed always to be in the classroom with all of you and see how hard you work at it. And yep, thank goodness
Yeah,
you do it.
when I was having breakfast one day with Jeff Grabowski at Deepwater Wind, who's one of our sponsors here at GoLocal, and we were talking about the ebbs and flows of starting a company, and I said, how many times did you just throw your head into your hands and go, ugh, what am I doing? He said, not more than 20 or 30 or 40 or times.
Yes.
But there's just a constant effort, reinvention, adjustment,
very rarely a
repositioning.
straight path
It is
like this,
just about
you know?
never.
Yeah.
And if it is a straight line up, it's probably a straight line down because you've just hit a fad or something like that is non-sustainable.
Well, sometimes we help people manage
Yeah, the success.
growth.
Right.
So growth's happening very fast for a business, and they say, I need to wrap my arms around this, I need to manage it. And we can help you do that as well.
Listen, there's three things. There's sinking, which is actually easy. There's staying the same, which is literally impossible. And there's growth, and especially hyper growth is the most difficult.
Yes.
Especially in an economy like this where there's just not a lot of bodies out there to be able to keep fueling the growth. Karina, thanks so much
Thank
for
you
coming
very
on.
much, Josh.
Stay right here. We're going to be
Okay.
right back in about 30 seconds with one of the graduates of the program, and then we'll be back at 4 o'clock with Gary Sass talking about all the bond issues that are up. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds.